There's a story going around that I'm a poor leader. Apparently, 30 years of service to my community, my city, my county, my state, and this nation doesn't count for much today. So let me start here. I guess I'm a poor leader. I only worked at the Pentagon, NIC, the State Department, AIC, DevGru, and the NSA. I only briefed congressmen, senators, and presidents. I only have letters of appreciation from 3 different presidents of the United States. That's what I'm told doesn't mean anything. While America slept comfortably at night and your children went to the schools of your choice, I stood on a line that said, "You can count on me to protect you." Not we, not somebody, me. That's what leadership actually is. Leadership is when the promise, "You can count on me," is not a slogan. It is a lifestyle. Real leadership is not popularity. It is not likes, clicks, or how many people clap when you walk in the room. Real leadership is this. You show up when it's hard. You carry weight that other people never see. You tell the truth when lies would be easier. You protect people who will never know your name. In those 30 years, I didn't just hold titles. I held lives, missions, and consequences. When you brief decision makers at the highest level, you don't get to play games. You don't get to be sloppy. If you are in that room, it's because somebody has learned they can trust your judgment more than their comfort. And when I took off the uniform, leadership didn't stop. I walked into classrooms and taught young men and women what discipline, honor, and commitment actually look like. We pushed for graduation, for college, for options in life that some of them had never imagined. I stepped into community boards, planning commissions, and now a property owners association. Let me tell you a secret about those roles. They don't come with parades. They come with complaints, late nights, and decisions that never make everyone happy. So when I hear, "You're a poor leader," I have to pause and ask myself a question. Not what did I do, but what were you doing during the 30 years I was serving? While I was abroad, you were home. While I was inside secured spaces, you were inside movie theaters and restaurants. While I stood on the wall, you drove on paved roads, used clean water, and slept under the quiet blanket of safety that someone else maintained. This is not about shame. This is about perspective. If you never stood a watch, carried a classified brief, or signed for lives and millions of dollars of equipment, that's okay. The world needs teachers, nurses, mechanics, grocery clerks, and parents doing the quiet work of raising decent human beings. But understand this, you do not get to minimize the leadership of the people who made it possible for you to live without thinking about danger every single day. Real leadership is not perfect. I have failed. I have made mistakes. I have said things I wish I could take back and trusted people I probably shouldn't have. But here's the difference. Real leaders own their mistakes and keep moving. Real leaders show up again tomorrow. Real leaders take the hit so someone else doesn't have to. So if you want to know what leadership is, don't start with my resume. Start with this question. When things go wrong, who steps forward and says, "Put it on me"? When the neighborhood is confused, who is willing to sit through the meetings, read the documents, learn the law, and then explain it calmly? When the budget is a mess, who is willing to say, "We're going to fix this, and you might not like how it feels"? When people are divided, who is willing to be hated for making the hard, necessary choice? That's leadership. It's not glamorous. It's not always appreciated. Many times, it is attacked by the same people it protects. So to the people who say, "Your leadership is poor," I say this with a steady voice. My leadership was good enough for this nation when it needed protection. It was good enough for presidents who signed their names on letters of appreciation. It was good enough for students who walked across stages with diplomas they might never have earned. If it is not good enough for you today, that does not change what it is. Leadership isn't a trophy you give me. Leadership is a record I live. And for 30 years, and counting, my record is simple. When it was time to stand on the line, I said, "You can count on me." Now I'm turning that record into a lesson. If you're listening to this and you want to be a leader, don't chase titles. Chase responsibility, chase truth, chase the hard jobs nobody thanks you for. Because one day, when someone questions your leadership, you'll be able to smile and say, "I was serving while you were sleeping. I was standing watch while you were living free." And that is what real leadership looks like.